Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sunny, aka the Oracle of Alexandria, and today I have another romance reading for you. Our topic for this reading will be, should you stay or should you go? So we're looking at those who are on the fence about a current connection. On the left hand side of our usual spread, we will have information about what things might be like if you stay, and on the right side we will have information about what things will be like for you if you decide to go. So that's what we're going to be looking at today, if that interests you. I have here 3 piles for you to choose from using your intuition. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, left, center, and right. On each pile, I have some alphabet oracle from the Greek alphabet oracle for you. And for pile 1, we have Phi, Xi, and Zeta. For pile 2, we have Rho. For pile 3, we have Epsilon, Omega, and Eta. So you can choose a pile based on its location, left, center, or right. You can choose a pile based on its number, 1, 2, or 3, or you can choose a pile using the alphabet oracles and whichever ones seem most appealing to you. If your intuition really isn't drawing you to any particular pile, you can also just choose one at random. These are general readings, so there should be something relevant to everyone who watches. So obviously, it won't be, some stuff may be irrelevant to you, and as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So, all of that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the footage of me forming the piles for those who would like to see them, and I will see you in your respective readings. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So I have your alphabet oracles set aside. As always, we will save those for a closing message regarding the reading. This central column here will represent essentially your current state in the situation, and also kind of the energy between the two choices. So that said, we'll start with the card here at the heart of the spread. And this is a radiant crystal card. We have Charoite. Okay. The most relevant keyword for me is connection, but there are also spirituality and insight related to this crystal. This is a very powerful crystal. I definitely recommend having a piece of this if you don't already. I got one of these for my spiritual practice, and it has been extremely helpful. It has such beautiful energy. Anyway, okay, so the primary chakra for Charoite is the third eye chakra. The vibration is 7, a lucky number. The astrological signs associated with this crystal are Scorpio and Sagittarius. The affirmation for this card: I am present and accepting on all levels of my being. The energies of this crystal. Charoite is a stone of guidance, bringing us to the here and now. It provides healing on the spiritual, physical, and emotional levels. It brings insight to life experiences and is a stone of acceptance. Okay, I feel like that's really important there. A stone of acceptance. The flower associated with this is Zygopetalum, or zygo, and the meaning of this flower is spirituality and, again, connection. Okay? So, for some of you, you may be called to connect more with your spirit than with another person. It could also be that this connection feels very spiritual for you. It's deep and rich on a spiritual level. This is very much a stone of spirituality and also being present in the here and now. But what are you present for? Are you present for this current connection, or are you present to move on and open to a new connection, new possibilities? Okay, let's take a look at your Isis Oracle card. Okay, we have power over 7 scorpions. There's that number 7 again. This is the power to conjure lower vibrational forces. This is a really interesting card to have here, actually. With this card, I want to go ahead and take a look at the guidebook. I don't want to miss anything of the relevance here, and I feel like it does have a powerful message, so let's see. Okay. Power over 7 scorpions. We're just going to look at this first paragraph here. You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. Okay. So what most stuck out to me here was being guided to use this gift of conjuring with compassion, discernment, mercy, and non-judgment, and using it to manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. So I feel like this is, it's more about impacting or controlling your own vibrations through your will, through your spoken word. Okay, it's not about controlling outside forces. It's about self-control, self-regulation. Okay, I feel like this card is encouraging you not to fall into a state of despair over the situation here. That you don't have to allow yourself to be overcome with grief or worry or anxiety or anything like that. That you have the power to raise your own vibration to a more positive place in this situation. It's essentially all is not lost here. And what's interesting is that we have Isis with her child, their Horus, and she's in a very protective stance. Devotees of Isis will often say prayers or share experiences of the goddess, embracing them with her wings, protecting them. Okay? You, in that sense, because this is a card about being powerful, that means that you have agency in this situation. You can protect yourself. You can control your own vibration, your own response to the situation. Okay? You may feel like you want to be deeply hurt and upset or worried about the situation, but you don't have to be. Maybe things are not what they appear on the surface, but we can't know for sure until we get into the rest of the cards. So we have the flower on this card is the daisy, and the butterfly wings are simply called peacock. So I'm assuming it's the peacock butterfly. Okay. And the key word there is innocence. That's a very powerful keyword. I'm actually reluctant to make many judgments on it just yet, but I feel like, again, innocence, the situation isn't exactly what it seems on the surface. But let's get into your other cards here. So for the heart of your spread, on the left side of the tarot cards, we have the Six of Air, okay? Now remember, these cards here are speaking about possibilities that could come to pass if you choose to stay in this connection. And this is the Six of Air or the Six of Swords. This is a card about moving from a bad place to a better place, moving from sadness to happiness. This right here says that this relationship, whatever struggles you're currently facing, things can get better. Things can move in a positive direction. The ship is actually flying. It's not on water. It's soaring through the clouds. And that is some very powerful energy as a potential future for your connection. Hey, you two can fly together and definitely go to a better place together. So already I feel like all is not lost. And again, with innocence here, I feel like things are just not as they appear to be. Okay, the Five of Water. So it feels like something is missing. Okay, you may be a little too focused on what you feel is missing rather than turning around and noticing what is here behind you. Notice this mermaid almost looks, or this being almost looks kind of caught in these shells because she's so caught up in her head. Her hand is literally on her head. She's so caught up in her head, in her thoughts, focusing on what feels like it's missing rather than taking a good look at what remains. She would see these pearls down here. She would see this seahorse companion here close to her. Hasn't abandoned her. Okay, that's very interesting imagery and energy for you, pile one. The Page of Earth. All right, this is a card of potential and growth, and that potential is potential to be great. Okay, this relationship has probably achieved a lot together. You two have done a lot together, which may be, the history here is what's making it so difficult, considering if you're going to stay or leave. If you're going to walk out on maybe years of relationship building and experiences. But the thing is that there is still room for growth here. This relationship can grow and progress further. It can move from a negative place to a positive place. You just need to take a good look at it, and probably together with your partner, but doing some of this, I want to say introspection, but also contemplation on the situation, trying to gain a new perspective on it, can really help you in moving forward with your partner. Okay, the Nine of Earth. So this is really a card about having everything you need. I think normally this card talks about independence and not needing anyone else to complete you. But this here is what happens if you stay. Well, you may have this sort of connection where you have the freedom to be your own person, to do your own things, but to still have the safety and connection and love of that relationship. Like you two, your partner is not very clingy. You are not very clingy. You two are able to function independently of each other, but you're still strong. This relationship isn't lacking for anything. You've got all that you need here to be happy, to be strong and healthy. And this relationship, again, actually empowers you in a way to pursue your goals and to be independent and have your own life, but still also have your relationship. And that can be very powerful energy if you are the kind of person who can really take advantage of that. This is very good energy. Oftentimes, clinginess in relationships comes from a place of insecurity, but it can also come from a place of like genuinely wanting to spend time together, and that is fair and valid too. But when it comes from a place of insecurity, that if you aren't together all the time, if you aren't doing as much as possible together, if you don't have the same interests, etc., the world is ending, or they might lose you to someone else. And so it can come from a place of security. So being able to have this shows that you two are secure in your connection. It does not mean that you don't really care about each other. In fact, this here is a sign of strength in a relationship. Even though, especially if it's your first time experiencing it, it can be a little frightening. It can be make you a little uneasy, because you feel like, oh, well, maybe my partner doesn't care. I don't think that's it at all. I just think that you two are strong enough and trust each other enough to be able to have your own lives while still being a part of a couple, or have your own lives while still being in a relationship. Okay, it could involve more than two people. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to give you some messages. So the 3 of air. Okay, that is interesting. Let's see what this one here is first. Okay, the Queen of Fire. That is also interesting. So you see here, her heart chakra is all lit up. She's got this candle, and the flame of passion is literally empowering her heart chakra here. The Queen of Wands here shows that again, there is still very strong love between the two of you. But then with the 3 of Swords here, it seems like some of the pain that you're feeling may actually be to a lack of growth. Maybe you feel like your connection is stagnant, like it's not moving anywhere. And it is possible that it's not, but the potential for it to move to a brighter and better place is there. Okay? The love is there, and it is strong. It is powerful. It can create change here. Despite the heartbreak, it can create potential for growth between you two with your connection. But you need to turn around and see you're not alone here. Your partner is still present for you. And if you can just change your perspective on things, look at things from a different angle, maybe have someone close to you share their thoughts on the matter who isn't your partner. What do they see when they look at you two? Okay, let's see. All right, shift. Yeah, exactly. Okay, there is potential here, as I was saying, for change, positive change especially. Okay, there is potential for growth, but more importantly, you need a shift in perspective. You need to turn around and see that you're not actually alone, that the love, the passion, the power, it's all still present. Focus on what you have rather than what you feel like you're missing. Sometimes we would really love our partner to change, but they just happen to be someone who can't give us that thing that we want. And is that one missing thing really worth throwing away a whole connection that has possibility to be good, that is still strong in terms of love? Okay? Shifting your perspective can only help with this connection. All right, your last oracle, patience. Exactly. This one, I think it speaks for itself. I really get the sense that you're a little frustrated with things between you and your partner as they are right now. Again, you may feel like you're on your own a little bit too much, like you're not supported, but they're still there. Okay, and you just have to have patience to give things time to turn around and to grow, because growth, it doesn't always happen like a growth spurt. Usually it takes time. It is a slow process, okay? If you give this patience, the flowers here of your relationship can really bloom. They can genuinely blossom and grow into something great. They just need time. You know, we can't rush flowers to bloom. We can't force them to bloom when we want them to. And in this circumstance, you don't have sole control over the flowers. Your partner has some input too. And so if you two aren't working together, then obviously the flowers aren't going to bloom at all. And if they do, they're probably not going to bloom very well. So again, this patience is so important. Shifting your perspective on things is so important. Sit down and make a list of all the things about your relationship that you like and that are good with it, and then work from there, rather than focusing on what is missing or what feels like you've lost. Okay? Especially if this is an older connection. Sometimes it can feel like, you know, the passion is all gone, and it's not. The love is still there and strong. The longing, the heart yearning, the new relationship passion might well have matured, but it's still strong. It's still present. You know, your heart may not be aching to be with your partner all the time, but you still genuinely love each other, and that is important. Okay? This is a wonderful thing to have a mature relationship evolve to, for those of you who are in a mature relationship. And by mature, I mean a relationship that's more than like 3 to 5 years old. Okay? You two have been together for a long time. That's not all of you, but that is some of you watching now, pile one. So, all right, let's look at the cards on this side of your spread. Okay, the King of Wands. Wow. So we have the Queen of Wands here, and we have the King of Wands here. That is very powerful, because you have both polarities, both beings of passion and great power to manifest. So that is positive. Of course, on this side, we're looking at what might come to pass if you leave. And the thing is, with this card here, it's a positive card, that if you go your own way, if you decide to leave this relationship, you can manifest things that you desire. Like, all is not lost. You have great potential and possibility, even on your own. You have great potential and possibility, even within your relationship, okay? You have great power. You have power over 7 scorpions. And remember, I was saying that this card is about you having the power to change your own vibrational force, okay? Again, shifting your perspective will help you so much with your connection. But let's look more at what might happen if you go your own way. The Six of Cups, okay? There will be some longing for the past. So I really feel like this is a connection that you are genuinely not over. You might be frustrated with it right now. You might be upset. Okay, and there is great potential if you go your own way for new things to come to you. You can create, manifest what you desire. You have that passion, you have that vision, and you have that ability. But if you walk away, and notice he is looking here at the side of the spread for your relationship. If you walk away, things can be good, but you'll probably be longing for the past. You may even regret it. The Two of Coins. Okay. There could be, if you go on your own, there could be some financial difficulty being on your own, some imbalance in terms of your access to material resources. Okay? All right. Shadow work. Okay, this is interesting. This is one of the unique cards for this deck. I'm actually going to leave it here for a moment. Divine Wisdom. Wow, 2 out of 3 unique cards came up in this reading. Do we have 3 of 3 here? The Ace of Wands. Okay. All right. So, yes, you will have great potential to create new things. You have the ability to do it, to go your own way and succeed. There may be a bit of difficulty. There may be some bumps in the road. I think that you're going to be okay, other than you're going to miss what you left. This is clearly a strong connection. Okay? It's not as shaky or as weak or even as uncertain as you may be feeling it is right now. And it is more important to you than maybe you realize. Because if you walk away, you're going to be looking back into the past. All right, let's take a look at the guidebook for Divine Wisdom and Shadow Work, because I actually have never had any of the original cards for this deck come up in a reading. I knew I should have left the guidebook out for this one, so I apologize for not being more prepared, Pile 1. But it is nice to see these cards finally come up. Like, geez, it's the amount of time I've spent working with this deck to never have any of these cards show up. Okay, let's see. All right, Shadow Work. So, the keywords here for the Shadow Work card are illumination, balance, synergy, healing, and acceptance. Okay, so the Two of Coins can represent an imbalance. And it could be, the Suit of Coins usually doesn't speak of emotional, spiritual things. It's usually more about the material things. But the Suit of Earth or coins, pentacles, can also speak about our ability to act. Earth as an element can relate to action. Okay? Here you have a disruption in your ability to act because you are feeling unbalanced. You're missing the past. Okay? But there's still great potential, great new beginnings. And here you can find balance and new beginnings, change. You can find healing. You can move on from this connection if that's what you really want. I do believe that for most of you watching, that's not actually what you want, okay? Do not walk away from this hastily. and without being certain, because I do think that many of you will miss it. And sometimes connections, once they're severed, if they can come back together at all, it's probably going to be a long wait. All right, let's look at divine wisdom here. Okay, divine wisdom. So the keywords are Akasha, awakening, higher self, unity, and expansion. Okay. This here, I feel like you will learn things about yourself from this experience. You will grow. This would not be a losing choice here. There will obviously be some difficulties, but the end result is that you will have change and new possibilities available to you. Okay? You will learn about yourself here. You will illuminate new paths and avenues in your life. Things that you might not be able to do right now in a committed relationship. The freedom that you have over here to create by yourself brings you new opportunities. And in doing that, you will learn more about yourself. You will grow as a person. Like, there's potential for growth here within the relationship. There's also potential for growth and manifestation over here on your own. You are a powerful being. You co-create your reality. Okay? And the choices that you make are a part of that co-creation. Whatever you choose, it will ultimately work out. I do believe that for most of you watching, though, you're not over this connection yet. You're not ready to give up on it. You might be feeling frustrated and upset. It's not time yet to give up completely. Okay, have patience. Give it a little more time to cook. Give your flowers a little bit more time to bloom. Because it definitely seems like they will. All right, for your oracles on the right-hand side, we have balance, stability, and standing firm. Okay, you will find your strength. I don't think you're feeling disempowered here, but you will learn, going off on your own, that you're stronger than you ever realized you were. Having to do things by yourself. Sometimes we feel like there are things that we face that we can't handle alone, and the reality is that you can handle it. You can do it. And you will learn that here. You will learn how to stand on your own 2 feet, which you're actually already doing within your relationship. So again, you're not powerless here, but I think that you will connect to more of your power over here. As you find balance to stand on your own 2 feet, you will gain self-wisdom, and you will be more empowered, or at least feel that way, because you're not disempowered over here. I want to make that clear. All right. Infinity and unknowability. Sorry. There we go. The sphere. Okay? You are complete and whole on your own. You don't need anyone else to complete you. You have great power within you, and you can realize that and your full potential within your relationship because you have the freedom to do your own thing in this connection. But you can also do it over here. You will have great potential to expand your consciousness, your light, without limitation. Because obviously, when we become a part of a relationship, When we choose to be a part of a relationship, obviously we choose to adhere to certain expectations regarding boundaries and limitations. Over here, you won't have that. And you will have infinite potential to expand, to grow, to change the way that you want to. All right, let's look at your shadow cards. So overall, I feel it's positive no matter what you choose, that it's going to be okay, at least so far. But let's get a little bit more perspective here. Okay, so the shadow card at the heart of your reading, appetite, communication, teaching, and awareness. Okay. For me, I feel like the awareness keyword is more relevant over here, because with this divine wisdom here, you will gain self-knowledge. You will gain awareness and learn about yourself a great deal. But it is also applicable here, okay? If you want to save this connection, you need to communicate with your partner. They need to be aware of how you are feeling, what's going on, and how things can change to be more comfortable for you. Maybe you two can reach an agreement that works for both of you. Whatever you feel you are missing or lacking in this connection, your partner may be able to do a little better, to give a little more, to help you feel more secure, but still give you both the space to be your own people, to have your own lives. Okay? Teaching here. This is a teaching opportunity, a chance for you two to strengthen your relationship by communicating to your partner what you need to feel happy and whole in this connection, more than you already do. Because I do believe that if you really stop and look and consider from different angles, new perspectives, strip away all of the emotion that is plaguing you right now in your decision-making process, and work with what you feel once all those emotions are out of the picture. What remains in your heart for this connection? I think you're going to find that it is a connection that you still desire to have. And this, you two are in a teaching moment where you two can grow and move to a better place through communication. If you walk away, okay, you will gain self-awareness. This will be a teaching moment for you also, because you will learn about yourself. You will grow. You will find your power, which you can do within this relationship, but you will also find it here, just in a different way, taking a different path. Okay. Healing the divine masculine. Osiris rises. Okay. Notice the eyes back here, the eyes of Isis, supporting him, empowering him. Hey, again, you're not as alone in this connection as you think you are. If you walk away, we've already seen that you will find healing and wholeness, unity with yourself, completion, self-mastery on various levels. If you stay, Osiris is a dying and rising god. That's a term that is kind of falling out of favor with PhDs who study ancient religions and spiritualities and gods and so on, ancient cultures. It's a term that's falling out of favor, but Osiris has been classically understood as a dying and rising god. Okay, if you stay, this relationship will rise again. It will move to a better place. If you go, you will rise. You will be empowered. Okay? Both choices are fair choices. that each bring their own unique potentials, but also their own unique challenges. Okay, let's look here. Love. Make the choice that you love, that you will love. The flower here is lilac, and the butterfly wings are from the veined jay butterfly. Hey, love. Whatever choice you make sure it's a choice that you can live with. Make sure it's a choice that you're going to love. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of regret. There's going to be probably a fondness for the past, because this is often a card of reminiscing, but it will be okay. You have to follow your heart. Okay. The Ace of Air. All right. It's interesting that you got communication here. This can be a card of communication. Swords, or the element of air, is about thoughts and also communications, messages. Okay? This is also a card of new beginnings, new potential, brought on by communication. Let's see, what? This one is the throat chakra. So yeah, communication. I think I didn't read the back of this card, so I apologize. Let's do that now. So the astrological signs associated with this crystal are Gemini and Libra. The affirmation for this card: I am receptive to spiritual wisdom and connection. Apatite helps eliminate blockages, bringing the body into balance. It helps to balance emotions, chakras, and facilitates self-expression and communication. It manifests ideas into reality with ease, okay? This is an energy that is affecting you regardless of which choice you make. And it is a very positive energy because it is energy that will help you succeed regardless of which choice you make. The flower associated with this crystal is Thymus vulgaris, or thyme. And the keywords for this flower are communication, passion, and expression. So again, remember, you have to make the choice that you will love. Okay, and right now, what do you think you will value more long term? Will you value being able to find yourself wholly independent, or do you value having this strong long-term connection that can be healed and repaired with some communication? All right. Perception. This for me says that there are things that you are not perceiving. And again, this is a reason why there needs to be a shift in perspective here to fully understand this connection. Trust. Okay? You two have strong trust already. Again, that is why you are able to be independent within this relationship. But if you communicate, if you start moving on the path to a better place together, okay, that trust and that strength is only going to grow. This, in my experience, is rare energy in a relationship. It is something to be treasured, and it is something that you should not walk away from without serious consideration. Okay. The Page of Swords. This is someone, again, who is learning. This is someone who is very vigilant. They work very hard to gain mastery. Okay? So, walking away from this connection, again, you will be doing the work for self-mastery. Because of the aspect of this card where This person really notices things that are going on around them and within them, because the Suit of Swords does deal with thought processes. Okay, so your internal environment, your mental environment. You will learn about yourself. I mean, this is something that's already come out in this spread, but that is something that's really emphasized here, is that there will be a lot of self-learning going on if you decide to go it alone. Which isn't to say that it's not possible here, that you have to be alone to have that. It's just that without this connection, you will come to focus more on yourself. Get to know yourself, have more peace being on your own, being yourself. For some of you, after ending a connection like this, you may even choose to remain single, because there are no real love or relationship cards here. I mean, the Ace of Wands says that there is some potential for a new romance to blossom, but it doesn't have to be about romance. It's more about creation, manifestation, using your will to create what you desire. And it seems like you will create a strong, independent life for yourself. Okay. The octahedron, the keyword is mediation. Hey, that's interesting. Let's look at the guidebook for this one. Also, I'm sorry that this reading is running a little long, but there's been a lot to say with this one, I think. Okay, page 95. So if you have stuck with me this long, thank you, and I hope that this reading is helpful. Okay, mediation. When the octahedron appears in a reading, it suggests that the pattern you are drawing has mediation as a central feature. There are a variety of active and passive forms on the tracing board, and your task is to bring them together into a relationship that will benefit all concerned. Okay, that is interesting, especially with the Two of Coins here and cards about balance here and here. In practical divination, this card upright means that whatever it represents is in the middle of the situation, with a variety of forces and factors coming to bear on it. Okay, so what is in the middle of the situation here is you, and there are going to be a variety of things coming together, connecting basically in your life at you. While this can be a difficult position to be in, it allows the factor represented by this card to have a major influence on how things turn out. If you are in this position and you relax and treat it as a learning experience, the situation may turn out to be a breeze. Gentleness, grace, diplomacy, and the capacity for flow are highlighted here. Okay. If you are in this position and you relax and treat it as a learning experience, the situation may turn out to be a breeze. Okay? That is an important message here. If you decide to walk away, you need to really think about, what can you learn? What are you learning in this moment from this new experience that you have? Okay? Give yourself the ability to grow by using all of this as a learning opportunity and very much learning about the self. Okay, finally, we have guide, the illuminated path. Okay. I do feel like if you break up, you're not going to be alone. This could be that there will be other lovers. There will be friends or spirit guides, deities, family. There will be a support network. You're not going to be alone. But I do think that there will be some focus on spirituality for some of you, since this will be about focusing on the self and learning more about the self. Okay, so you have 3 alphabet oracles here. We're going to go through those now. Okay, so we have Phi on top here, Xi in the center. We can get it upright. There we go. And Zeta, if my camera decides to focus. Okay. The oracle verse for Phi is forthwith plant, for Leo fosters well. Leo is Demeter, another name for Demeter, the goddess whose power allows for the growth and the abundance of the earth to manifest. Or it can dry up, but here, Leo is fostering well, and that means that whatever you choose, there is potential for growth, for abundance here. And it may be for some of you that this, whatever you choose, it is divinely supported. But you need to choose what you really want on your own, for yourself. Okay? For Xi, the oracle verse is Xanthic Leo's ripened fruit awaits. Okay? This is about growth, and it is waiting for you, regardless of what you choose. This is about growth. It is waiting for you, regardless of what you choose. Okay? The final oracle here, zealously avoid the harmful storm. Okay? Again, you need to make the choice that you are going to love, that you're going to be able to live with for the rest of your life. I really do think that for many of you watching, choosing to stay and work this out is going to be a great choice, because there will be some longing for the past if you choose to walk away. That said, things will still turn out well for you. You're going to have growth either way. You can grow together with your partner, you can grow on your own, but you have to choose the best environment for that growth. And is that growth in this relationship or outside of it? Okay, pile 1. That'll do it for this reading today. Thank you for joining me. I do hope that it was helpful and that it helps you to be able to make your decision. Let me know in the comments or leave a like if you did find this reading helpful or insightful. And if you'd like to join me for a future reading, then please consider subscribing. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Until then, pile 1, take care of yourself and good luck with your decision making. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Unfortunately, I forgot to record while I was laying out the cards. This is your alphabet oracle, the letter Ro, and we're going to save it for the end of the reading, as usual. Remember, our topic for today is, should you go or should you stay? And on the left-hand side of the reading, we have possibilities for what may come to pass if you decide to stay. And we have over here possibilities for what may come to pass if you decide to go. In the central column here, we have cards that are telling us about your energy right now, and then shadow cards later to tell us how your energy can progress. And with all of that out of the way, let's take a look at the card in the heart of the reading. The pearl. That is very beautiful. So the keywords for the pearl are purity, innocence, and integrity. Hey, that's very interesting. Let's see what else you've got here. Gratitude. Okay. Also very interesting energy. The flowers in this card are bluebells. And the color on the dragon here, or I'm sorry, the wings on the dragon here are from the brimstone butterfly. Okay. And lastly, from the Isis Oracle, we have Rising Sun, the divine solar child reborn. Okay. You are in a period of change, of transformation. You are in a period where you have a fresh start ahead of you. You have new options. Okay? Purity is about purifying yourself and going back to your most pure and divine essence. Okay? This is personal strength. You are in your power. A rising sun, the divine solar child reborn. You are in a period of rebirth, of recreating yourself. You've just come out of, for some of you at least, a dark period, and you're stepping into the light. Okay? And you are happy with the situation that you have, with the possibilities that you have unfolding around you right now. All right, let's look and see what may come to pass if you choose to stay. And the card at the heart of the reading is Temptation, or the Devil. Okay, that is very interesting. I don't want to make any claims about this card before I see what else you have going on for you, pile 2. So let's see what other cards you have here. All right, Love, also called the Lovers. This is not the Strength card. Okay, Love. Justice. The Messenger of Water, or the Page of Cups. No, wait, I'm sorry, Knight of Cups. The Two of Air. And the Three of Earth. I feel like there are some control issues here in your relationship. And I think one reason why you are so grateful for all of this energy that's allowing you to change and grow is because some of you have felt a little restricted by this connection. There are choices that need to be made within the connection to help you work more as a team. Okay, I feel like things as they are right now can't continue. Here we've got power issues, power struggles, control issues also. It could be that your partner on some level is bringing out the worst in you, or vice versa. In some way, maybe you're just so happy together that you can't get away to get things done. Maybe they inspire procrastination in you because you just want to be with them all the time. But with temptation, notice this figure here, she's got wings. She can leave at any time. But she's happy here. It's comfortable here. She's choosing to stay there. But again, there is some imbalance here because of this dynamic in which one or both of you are bringing out aspects of yourself that are not serving your highest good. Let's just put it like that, okay? And it can't continue because you're reaching a point where you're kind of at an impasse. Things aren't getting done. Things aren't moving. If you can make change, usually with the Two of Swords or the Two of Air here, through diplomacy and communication. Okay, if you can start working together as a team, mutually for your highest good, you can move towards healthy balance. Okay, and you can move there within your relationship with love between you two. Okay, you can support each other to get to a better place. It seems like there is a strong connection for many of you watching this. And right now you're kind of bringing out the worst in each other in some ways, or one of you is bringing out the worst in your partner. Either way, together, you two can bring out the best in each other, but it's a choice that you have to make. And ideally, it should be made together. Okay, but you also have the option to go it alone, go your own way. Let's see what your other oracle cards have to say. Okay, Truth. I feel like some of you aren't really happy hearing this. Even before this card came up, I felt like this is a tough message to get. But believe me, I've been there. I've had an astrologer tell me that you and your partner are going to bring out the worst in each other, and that sucks. But you can also heal together. Okay? It's not toxic. It's not terrible. It's just that things are kind of stuck. Because you are in this place where you are bringing each other to inaction, things just aren't getting done. You're not growing, you're not moving, you're not progressing, but you certainly can do that. You just have to do it together. I think that you two need to do some talking, some communicating, okay, and agree on a course of action together. This is, again, it's going to require diplomacy to find a fair way that works for both of you to move forward. And that is what Truth here is about. You may choose to break up, and it may be a mutual decision that you two make amicably. It may also be that you choose to work on your relationship together and bring yourselves into a more healthy balance. Empower each other to have a healthy balance with each other. Okay. Context. Yeah, again, understanding of the situation, looking at it through an honest lens, communicating with your partner and trying to understand their side of things will be very beneficial to you. Okay? This is really something that you shouldn't decide on your own. This should be a mutual decision, and you two should choose on a mutually beneficial course of action, whatever it is. There is room to get to a better place, but it's going to take work. Okay, so for the right side of your reading, what may come to pass if you choose to go your own way? Okay. At the heart of these cards, we have death. And no, you're not going to die. This is about transformation. It's about major change, the end of an old process or way of being and the start of something new. Okay? Every time a door closes, another one opens. Okay? Every time winter comes, spring is always just around the corner to rejuvenate the world. The Hermit. I feel like if you walk away, that you may have some self-discovery to do. You may have some self-development work that you want to do that you will be doing on your own. You will be taking a look at yourself into your own depths, exploring your inner being. maybe trying to figure yourself out and how you got into this situation. Okay. The 7 of Coins. Yes, this, you will be doing the work. Okay, you will be very productive here. While over here, you're in a place where you probably aren't as productive because you're just enjoying being with your partner so much, it's hard for you to do anything else. Over here, you will actually be getting things done. Strength. Okay, you will find your inner strength so that you won't wind up in a situation like this again. The Page of Cups. This one here is very much about taking a spiritual journey, especially in this artwork, but there's also new potential, or rather potential for new romances. Okay? You go on your own. You're not going to be in a situation where you will never love again. I don't think it's as dramatic as that. I feel like for most of you watching, you two are mature enough to make this decision together, to either work on healing and doing better together or to go split up. Both of you choose to do that for your own highest good. Okay? And you will start something new. You will go on a new journey within yourself, for sure, especially with the Hermit here. A spiritual journey is highly likely, a journey of self-discovery, but also a journey that has great potential for new love and new discoveries on an inner emotional and spiritual level. Okay, the 10 of Coins. Okay, you will have completion. You will have happiness. You will have a comfortable home. You'll have everything that you desire. Okay? And it's not that you can't have that over here. I feel like you'll have a bit of an easier time over here, but that is not encouraging you to leave your partner, okay? That's just me giving you facts to help you choose. Ideally from an unbiased place, because balance is here in the cards for you. And teamwork here. Okay. Twin flames, wow. Soul partner, an eternal connection. Okay. It's interesting that this comes up by the Page of Cups, no less. Like, you will love again. Okay, the possibility is definitely there when this card comes up, but you may find another partnership where it is a strong soul connection that feels like a twin flame connection. Okay. The Vesica Piscis, or Pisces, I guess, union. Hey, you will find completion and wholeness within yourself. You will find your own power. You will realize strength that maybe you didn't know you had, especially over here where sometimes we're a little helpless in terms of how we respond. We always have the power to change things for ourselves and free ourselves, but the inclination here is choosing powerlessness, choosing not to change, but to stay where things are comfortable and maybe exciting, pleasing. Okay? But things over here, okay, you will find your power. You will find completion within yourself. Okay, overall, the changes to be had in your life are very positive, choosing to go your own way, choosing to end this connection. Now, again, I don't think that if you stay in this relationship, you can't achieve any of this, but it might be difficult because of this energy you and your partner have together. To make the most of this situation, you have to work together for your highest good, mutually, as well as independently. I don't think you want to stay in this energy here of temptation because you have all of this new energy, this change energy, this purifying energy, that it is time for change. There is potential for something new, and it is time to wield that energy for your highest good. And you can make this work. It's going to take work, but I mean, this over here is not going to be a cakewalk either. But you'll definitely get more done, especially on a spiritual and internal level, probably sooner than you will in this connection, where you have to work with your partner towards the same goals. Okay, let's take a look at your shadow cards here and see what other energies come out for the two of you. Mostly for you. Okay. All right. So your radiant crystal card, we have hematite. Detoxifying courage and balance. Okay, this detoxifying comes back to purity and purifying. Courage and balance. Okay, having the strength to commit to whatever you choose and using it to find balance. The chakra associated with hematite is the root chakra. The vibration is 9. Astrological signs are Aquarius and Aries. The affirmation: I bring balance and focus to my life. The energy is here. Hematite absorbs negative energy while calming in times of stress. It helps with balance and equilibrium and helps with difficulty focusing. It is a protective stone, keeping us grounded and protecting us against electromagnetic smog. The flower associated with this crystal is the protea, and meanings for protea are courage, transformation, and diversity. Okay. Your energy will progress to a place of courage because you know something needs to change and you are gearing up to make that happen. Alone or together, that is ultimately your choice, but you will find balance. Spirituality. Okay. With temptation being here, there is a very physical element to this, and especially with the 3 of coins or the 3 of earth here. This teamwork, this cooperation, it's very material and physical. You are entering a place where you want more than the material. For most of you watching, you are ready for deep spiritual work. And you're not sure if you can do that within this connection because of how very physical it is for many of you. Okay? The flowers in this card are the cherry blossom, and the butterfly wings on the dragon are the Chinese peacock butterfly. Okay, spirituality. You can find balance by bringing more spirituality into your life, by connecting with yourself. Okay, and you can do that here. It just might be more difficult, especially if your partner isn't on board. They may be trying to constantly pull you away from your self-work into relationship stuff. But it seems like for many of you, You're just entering this phase where you want this, okay? And I think many of you are not going to compromise on it if you can't have it in your relationship here. A balance. You need to balance the material and the spiritual. If we allow one to overtake us, one over the other, we become imbalanced. And that can become toxic for some of us. You know, think about, and this is not to look down on the spiritual choices and practices of individuals. We all have our own choices that we need to make, that we are called to make for our highest good here. But think about, you know, people who emphasize the spiritual too much. A great example of this is an ancient Greek philosopher. His name was Plotinus, and he was a Platonic philosopher. He emphasized the spiritual so much that he completely devalued the material. He stopped bathing. He stopped caring for his body completely. He got ill. And when he died, only the people that loved him the most could be in his presence as he was dying, because he smelled so bad from years of not taking care of his body. Okay? That can be a toxic manifestation of emphasizing too much spirituality, becoming too ascetic, literally hurting your body, neglecting your body. We are spiritual beings in bodies, and we are here for purposes, so we need to have balance, okay? Balance in all things. And that includes balancing the spiritual and the material. Obviously, when we are too heavily focused on the material, we're not getting much done in the spiritual. And that can be fine for many people, just as asceticism, spiritual asceticism, even when it goes a little far, in my humble opinion, can be fine for the people who are called to that. Some people do very well in those situations where they just want a material life, or where they just want the spiritual. They want to focus on the spiritual. But for those of us who need a balance of both, maintaining that balance is integral to be able to function at our highest level. Okay? All right, let's look at your second Isis Oracle card here. We have Initiation, the spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. Okay. Initiation. Okay, something has to change. This stuck energy isn't working for you anymore. Initiation is about entering spiritually onto another path. In ancient times with the mystery religions, this was about initiation into a specific spiritual path. And each mystery religion had their own doctrines and teachings and things that adherents were expected to do to be able to be a part of that community. Okay? You have a desire to initiate a new spiritual direction in your life. You aren't sure if you can have it over here, but you know you can have it if you step out on your own. For some of you, you could have a partner and maybe they are an atheist or they just don't support spiritual work. That does happen. I can't tell you how many times I have known spiritual people who are in relationships with an atheist, and they've said that I don't feel comfortable talking about my spiritual life. I don't feel comfortable doing my practice because my partner just can't understand. And for some of them, they've done great, letting go of pretty much all of their spiritual path. For others, though, they are low-key very unhappy that they don't have that in their life. And so you need to look within yourself, find your truth. Is there a compromise that you two can make together to make this work for you? If not, then you need to make the choice that it will most empower you and that will be bringing to you your most happiness. And I feel like for most of you watching, that's going to be making the spiritual choice. All of that said, I do want to make it clear, my boyfriend is an atheist. I do not hate atheists. I'm not dunking on atheists or atheism or spiritual people who are in relationships with atheists. I'm just saying that I see this happen again and again in these kinds of couplings. And it is totally understandable, especially with the way new atheism is, where spirituality is really heavily looked down upon and mocked. And we don't want our partner, the person that we love most in the world, or one of, we don't want them to look down on us, to see us as silly or superstitious, or, we want to be held in high regard in their eyes. And so engaging in spiritual practice in the presence of someone of a different religion or someone who is not religious or spiritual at all can create a level of vulnerability that many of us are not comfortable with, because if they criticize this deeply important part of ourselves, we know it can hurt a lot. We want their approval. And if they open up and share with us their true feelings about our spiritual path, our spiritual desires and focus, that can really hurt. So again, please don't think that I dislike atheists. I, have nothing but respect for them and everyone of all religions and paths. We each have our own path to walk while we're here. But being with a partner of a certain inclination can make walking our own path more difficult, especially if we don't feel empowered to walk that path while we're in a relationship with them, or if we're in a situation where we are afraid to be authentic. Okay? Hopefully I've made sense and made myself clear. All right, so the 10 of air. Okay. There is a possibility for you to, if you communicate and find a way to cooperate moving forward. It may be hard. It may be a bit difficult. It may even be a little painful, because this is the 10 of swords here. And if you're not familiar, the artwork usually has a figure with 10 swords in their back. Okay? It can be painful. It isn't always, but if you do the work to work with your partner towards in a new direction that makes you both happy, okay, you can have change. You can have transformation. This card is about the end of an old cycle and the start of a new cycle. And it's usually an ending that is hard won, but the new beginning that comes with it is more than worth it. So this is a relationship that has the potential to grow and change in very important ways that you may not have believed possible before. It's just going to take some work to get it there. Okay. Abundance. Yeah. There is possibility for abundance and happiness here with communication and coming to mutual understanding with each other to remove this blockage and be able to move forward together. Abundance is possible. This field of flowers waiting for you. Okay, time. I feel like For most of you watching this, it's time for change. And that is heavily reflected here. But for some of you, it may take a little time and a little work to bring your partner around to seeing your side of things, to get them to be comfortable with the changes that you want to make. It is possible. It's just going to take some work. You're going to have to make yourself vulnerable, and it might hurt a little bit. But there's also that potential and high likelihood of rejuvenation, regeneration after this period of difficulty. Okay, you two can plant a whole garden together, and it can grow with this communication between the two of you that is very necessary. This is stuff that needs to be said. Okay. The Eight of Wands. Okay. I feel like you already know the direction that you want to take in life. You've probably been feeling it for a while now, but you're at this point where something has to change. It can't keep going the way that it is. And within your relationship, you certainly can have that change, create that change, but outside of your relationship, you will have a lot of focus on making this change happen. Okay, there will be a lot of dedicated action to achieving this goal. It is very important to you. And you will utilize your freedom and independence to focus on getting that done. Okay, regeneration. Yeah. I think healing while in this situation may be a bit difficult. But over here, you will find engaging your spiritual path will make that healing and regeneration a lot more easier. The question is, do you have to be alone to have that, or can you bring that healing into your connection? I do believe that you can. It just may take a little time. It's going to take work. It may not be as easy as we would like. But if you genuinely value your partner, and I believe that most of you do, it's a possibility, and you can have it all in a sense. You can have your cake and eat it too, if you're willing to put in the time, the work, go through the struggle. Hey. All right, River of Blessings. What a beautiful card. Releasing constraints. Okay. I think that card pretty well speaks for itself, but just to elaborate on it a little, obviously, being on your own, you're going to have the freedom to pursue your goals with everything you've got. There will be nothing holding you back. You'll be totally free to move forward into this river of blessings. Again, this spiritual work is going to be regenerating, is going to be rejuvenating and empowering. And it will feel like a river of blessings is washing over you. All right, your final message for this reading, your alphabet oracle for the letter Rho. The oracle verse associated with this letter: rest a while, you'll go more easily. Okay? The keywords are patience and ease. Don't rush into either decision. Even though this one will obviously be very empowering, again, you can have this here too, if you're willing to invest the work and the time. Think on it. Don't rush. Figure out the best way to communicate with your partner, and then find a way to move forward together. You can do it. Your partner can do it. You can empower each other. Okay, this is a movement card here. The Messenger, the Knight of Cups, the Messenger of Water. You can move forward together in love. You just have to give it time. Again, find the best path forward, the best way to talk about your partner, the things that are weighing on you. If this relationship is genuinely important to you, and I believe, again, for most of you it is, you can have it all. But really, if deep down you feel like you'd rather just go this way, that you're done with this, that you need such drastic change, that you need to let go of all of this and move here where you can find yourself or you can empower yourself, that is a valid decision. And that is a decision that only you can make for yourself. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave you here, pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading today. If you found it helpful or enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and maybe commenting down below. And if you'd like to join me for a future reading, then please do consider subscribing. And until next time, pile 2, take care of yourself and good luck with everything that you have to decide. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Are you going to stay or are you going to move on? We will give you necessary information to empower you to make that choice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the footage as I sort out the cards and lay out the spread, and then I will be right back as soon as we're ready to dive into the reading proper. Okay, pile 3, thank you so much for joining me today. Have your alphabet oracles set aside. As usual, we will save them for a final message regarding the spread. The left side will be possibilities for if you decide to stay, and the right side will be possibilities for if you decide to move on. The central column of cards here represents your current energy, and the shadow cards that we'll place in later will represent ways that your current energy will shift regardless of which choice that you make. So, all of that said, let's take a look at your Radiant Crystal card, which is here at the heart of the spread. Okay, Lepidolite. The keywords for this crystal are awareness, balance, and transition. The primary chakra associated with this crystal is the third eye chakra. Its vibration is 8. Astrological signs are Capricorn and Libra. The affirmation for this crystal: I welcome inner peace and life balance. And the energies of Lepidolite. Lepidolite supports balance in life and gently aids in transitions. It alleviates anxiety and stress and encourages self-love. Lepidolite helps to strengthen the nervous system and clears electromagnetic pollution. The flowers associated with this crystal is Helleborus, also known as the Christmas rose, and the keywords for the flower are peace, serenity, and love. I think this affirmation is so powerful. I welcome inner peace and life balance. Lepidolite helps to Lepidolite alleviates anxiety and stress and encourages self-love. So, you are in a period of transition. You are shifting. You are rebalancing yourself. You are growing in self-awareness. And with that comes a growing understanding of the things that you need to be happy and to feel whole in life. You may be experiencing a shift of priorities on some level. Here we have affection. The flower in this card is the rose, and the wings from the butterfly come from Reverdin's blue butterfly. Interesting name. Okay. All right. Affection. I think that this relates to lepidolite. Regarding the self-love energy of this crystal, hey, you are learning how to love and nurture yourself, how to be strong and independent and complete and whole within yourself, not needing anyone else to complete you, to strengthen you. You're learning how to fully stand on your own 2 feet. Okay, you're learning to love yourself and empower yourself, and that is very positive change. Okay, the Temple of Lapis Lazuli, goddess of the ancient skies. That would be goddess Nut, I believe. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the guidebook for Temple of Lapis Lazuli and see. Let's see, 184. Okay, we're just going to look at this first paragraph here. Your soul is very ancient, beloved, and does not only herald from the earth. It holds much special wisdom of star peoples from civilizations far and near. With unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition, there's that keyword again, from a civilization based in fear to a love-based culture. You are guided to come into deeper acceptance of your own inner knowing now. Okay. The Temple of Lapis Lazuli is a place within you that you can reach through meditation, ritual, spiritual work, singing, creating art, doing yoga, dancing, whatever ways that you enjoy expressing yourself spiritually. You can reach this temple. You can bring this energy into your life. It seems like it's flowing in pretty much no matter what. Like, this is where you are now. Okay? And you have the potential to be a great leader, not just for yourself from this self-empowerment and self-love energy we see here, but also for others, to guide them, to help them move forward too. Okay, so let's look at the tarot cards for possibilities if you stay in your current connection. We have the 10 of Fire, or the 10 of Wands. All right. Usually, the 10 of Wands is a card of burdens or obligations. But what is unique about this one is that all of these papers, let's imagine them as chore lists, as lists of things to get done. They're burning away. They could be burning up because she's got them all done and she doesn't need them anymore, so poof, she's burning them. They're going away. They could be burning up because she's just not even going to do them, because she's choosing not to worry about those obligations or connections. So I think there's a good possibility, and we'll know for sure as we look at the other cards, that positive change is possible in your relationship if you decide to stick it out. Things either will get done, or you will decide in a way that maintains your connection with this person or people. You will decide to just not even do those things, to let go of those obligations, essentially lightening your load, releasing some of the burden on yourself, And we'll find out more about how that can happen in the other cards. But, removing some of the heaviness that may be weighing on you now on some level within this connection, to make it lighter, to make it easier to bear, to make it more comfortable. Okay, this can be a card of positive change. Even traditionally, when we have the Ten of Wands, where we see someone struggling under the weight of the obligations or burdens that they have in their life, they have built something big. Okay, and that is no small accomplishment. Okay, so being in this position here shows that a lot of work has already gone into this connection, and that it's probably a connection that you don't want to just walk away from because you've invested so much. And of course, that comes with a lot of expectations, but here it seems like she's more than strong enough and capable to deal with it, to carry that burden. And if she isn't, she's going to make the necessary changes to make that burden easier to carry. So, all right. The Eight of Air. The Eight of Swords. The Hierophant, or the High Priest. Okay, that's some interesting energy we have here. I feel like this connection will, if you decide to stay, it will move into a new phase, okay? Remember, she's burning away obligations here. She's burning away burdens. She's freeing herself. That is the energy of the Eight of Swords, actually. So even if this artwork didn't portray someone who is bearing their burdens fairly easily because they're either done with them as a whole or done with them because they've done the work, they are freeing themselves. And that's what we have with the Eight of Air or the Eight of Swords. We were keeping ourselves trapped, usually, before. We were staying in a situation where we weren't able to progress or grow, and we were choosing to stay there for whatever reason. Maybe it was safe and comfortable. It seems like that period is ending, okay? You are releasing traditional structures within your relationship, or essentially you are releasing the way things have been up till now. The status quo of this relationship can and will change. Okay, it's come to completion. There's something new getting ready to start here. And that this shift and this possibility for shift is because you've done the work, because you have invested. Like, this is on you and your partner. You guys should give yourselves a hand. You've achieved a lot. Okay, the King of Earth. This is very much a card of abundant growth and potential for abundant growth. Okay, the Ten of Earth. This is a card about having a happy home, not wanting for anything at all in your home life, having everything you want and need. Having supportive community around you, having a stable household. This is all good energy here. Very strong growth energy, abundance energy coming in. Whatever burdens you were carrying, they're about to bear fruit for you. Okay, the Five of Air, the Five of Swords. What's interesting with this card is that, if I recall correctly, the guidebook for this deck actually talks about working with others towards a common goal. And because this is an air card or a swords card, communicating with your partner, teaming up with them for change, for changing the status quo of your relationship, the traditional dynamics that you two have maybe been with for a long time, will open you up to abundance, to happiness, to renewal, to growth. Okay? You need to free yourself from the way things have been and open to something new. Start something new. Give yourselves a new beginning. Could be renewing your vows, taking a second honeymoon, starting a new business together. Bring something fresh and new into your relationship. Get rid of the old, whatever is holding you back, whatever is stale, whatever is no longer enjoyable. You can do this together. You just have to communicate and cooperate. Okay. Discernment. I feel like some of you may not be fully aware of what exactly needs to change or how to bring about that change. And it's okay to take the time to contemplate it and figure it out. Okay, it requires that discernment to give yourself this growth and this freedom within your relationship. This is not freedom on your own. This is freedom, a new freedom for the both of you within your relationship. Okay, you have to discern what needs to change. And it seems like some sort of traditional dynamic that you two have had needs to be changed because it's not working anymore, or it's feeling very stale and old. Okay, and this could be for some of you becoming more adventurous in your love life. I have to keep things PG for YouTube, but there it is. For some of you, it very well could be something like that. So, but you have to open up to it. You have to make agreements with your partner. How far are you two willing to go together? And I think generally this connection is pretty strong because you've achieved a lot so far. That if you two team up for this work, you can get it done. You can remove the stagnant energy or the blockage and move forward, open to growth. Okay, success. This relationship has been a success and it will be a success going forward. It's just going to take a little more work, and you've done so much already that really shouldn't be difficult. With these two cards here, it seems like you two are probably good at communicating. And if you're not ready to communicate because you aren't quite aware of what needs to be released to give yourself freedom, you can get there. Just take the time to do the introspection. All right, let's look at the possibilities if you decide to walk away and start something totally fresh and new all on your own. Temperance. Okay, that's pretty possible, or positive, I'm sorry. Two thoughts kind of collided there. This is a very positive card. Okay, that you've got two polarities coming together as one. This is a card of finding balance and wholeness on your own, in yourself. And I believe that you are already doing that because of these cards that you have here. But this process may be streamlined without all of this here. You will have less that you need to work through to reach your goals. Okay. The Ace of Swords. New beginnings, success and victory. Having clear thought, a clear perspective. The sword here is a tool that we use to clear the way forward. That's why this is the sword of success and victory. Okay, you can use this sword to cut away the things that are not serving your highest good, to give yourself a fresh start. And making this choice, you will absolutely have that. The Nine of Wands. Okay, especially with the Ten of Wands here. This is an energy where you've done the work, you've been through a lot, and now you're going to have a little bit of time to rest. You went through a lot, for lack of a better word. The word that I want isn't really coming to me, but you've been through the ringer, in a sense. Now it's time to take a breath and relax, to find peace, especially with this art here, inner peace and balance, to find healing and rejuvenation. Okay. The Nine of Cups. This is a wonderful card to have here because this is a card of, many people call it the Make-A-Wish card because it's going to come true. This is about having everything you ever want or need, being secure, being happy. Okay? If there's any question at all of, can I be happy again if I walk away from my current relationship status now? Yes, you can be. May take time to get there, but the likelihood is extremely high that you will. You will make your dreams come true. You can do it on your own. You don't need anyone else. But you can also have it over here if you want to put in the work. It really comes down to, deep down inside, you're being totally honest with yourself. How do you feel about this connection, and how important is it How important is it to you? Can you imagine not having this in your life moving forward and being happy? Then the answer is yes. If you can't, then the answer is no. But if you find the answer is no, that means one of two things. Either you're too afraid to make this choice, and that's not a good reason to stay, because you're afraid of what might happen if you have something new. It's going to be okay. Okay, you will be empowering yourself. But also, if this isn't a decision you make in fear, then it means that this is a connection that is genuinely important to you and that you want it in your life. And therefore, you should stay. You should make it work. Okay. All right, the Knight of Wands. All right, this is movement and progression, manifesting your desires. Right here with the Nine of Cups, that's very powerful energy. You're going to be fine on your own. You're going to make things happen. You're going to make your dreams come true. Okay, the Eight of Coins. This is about doing the work, getting it done. You'll have the freedom to do the work that you want to do, to put your effort where you want it towards your own goals. Over here, you have to work with someone else. You have to work within the confines of your relationship, which means accepting certain limitations. Okay, over here, you have the freedom to do the work wherever you want to, in whatever way works best for you. All right, innovation. New creations. Yeah. You're going to create something new. You're going to create a new life for yourself. Something totally reinvigorating. Something that brings you a lot of balance, happiness, and inner peace. Wholeness and completion. Completeness, yep. This is the dodecagram. And the keyword is completeness. Okay? If there's any doubt in your mind that becoming single again, you won't find happiness, you won't find completeness, you won't find another love, you won't have, let those doubts go. Because you have the ability to make whatever you desire happen. You've put in a lot of hard work over here. You've built a lot. You've done it once before, and just because you did it within a relationship doesn't mean that you can't do it again on your own. Okay? You are powerful, you are creative, you are self-sufficient, and you are whole on your own. You are a whole being on your own. You don't need anyone else to complete you. You are capable. You clearly have a vision, and you're capable of creating it, making it a reality, manifesting your dreams, your desires. Okay, let's take a look at your shadow cards and see how things will or may progress for you. All right. We have Celestite. The keywords for Celestite are angelic communication, clarity, and divine. The primary chakra of Celestite is the throat chakra. Its vibration is 2. Star signs are Gemini and Libra. The affirmation. I am surrounded by eternal light and courage. Okay, that is a powerful affirmation. I am surrounded by eternal light and courage. Okay, whatever you decide, you are surrounded by eternal light and courage. The courage to get things done, to create the change that you need in your life. Okay? Celestite's energies, it brings calm and clarity to chaotic times and relieves stress and anxiety. It helps alleviate nervous energy and boosts courage. It connects us to divine energy and the angelic realm and helps clarify communication. The flowers associated with this is penstemon or beard tongue, and the keywords for this flower are courage and spiritual knowledge. Okay. That is some powerful energy for you, and I'm not surprised to see it here. And you are a powerful soul. You are creative. You have strong vision. Stay or go. I have complete confidence in you that you will make it work. And so at the end of the day, you need to decide what you really want. What is most important to you? If you have reasons to stay here, if there are important things for you here, then you need to go with that. Go for that. And if not, if you can really walk away from this and have no regrets, then that is what you need to do. Okay, let's see. We'll do this one next. All right, courage. This has been a strong, repeating theme in this reading for you. Okay, you have courage. If you are doubting yourself, don't. You can get it done. You are strong. You are resourceful. You have vision. Okay? The flower on this card are mullein, and the butterfly wings are the purple shot copper butterfly wings. Okay. All right. The miracle of Isis. Miraculous healing of the goddess. Okay. This is an interesting card to have here. For those who don't know the myth of Isis and Osiris, Osiris was murdered by his brother. Isis, through many ordeals, brings him back to life, and that is what you are witnessing here. A resurrection, a revival, rejuvenation, revivification. Okay? You can rejuvenate this connection. You can make it good. You can heal it. You are powerful enough to do that. You've already done so much already here. You have to decide, is it worth investing here further for you? And I believe with a card like this that it is, because Isis loved her husband so much. She went through so many struggles to bring him back from the dead and create new life with him, to have her son with him. You have that strength now. within you. If you want to fix this, if you want to make this work, breathe new life into this, you can. You are that powerful. But if you decide to walk away, you are more than capable of building something new and successful for yourself. You have that power too. You essentially are someone with infinite possibility ahead of you. If you dream it, you can make it happen. You are that good. Okay? I don't know many other deities in mythology who have resurrected the dead. That is extremely powerful. Okay. So, the progression for if you decide to stay, the moon. Okay. Things will be revealed. Things that were once hidden will come to light. There will be growth. You know, the moon goes through cycles. You will start a new cycle. The moon grows dark, and then it grows full again. You can have illumination and fullness in this relationship. You have that power to make it happen. Okay? And I think that speaks good things to your partner too, that they will be willing to work with you to make this work, to make things more comfortable for you, to meet you halfway on the issues that are important to you, for the things that need to change. Okay. Alchemy. Exactly. Transformation. You may find that staying in this connection brings transformation that you never expected. Okay, you're turning lead into gold here by doing the work, by putting in the effort. You've already got all of the resources here gathered and ready to go. All right, you just have to put in a little more work. And you may have transformation that will totally surprise you, and how wholly and fully this can change. This can transform. Okay, something dead can be risen again. All right, release. Yes, releasing the old to bring in the room for something new. Freeing yourselves from stagnancy and from the old things, the same old things that are no longer working for you two and serving your highest good as a couple. Okay, release, transform, grow. This is all possible here. It's just going to take work. And are you willing to work with your partner to make that happen? Because again, you have to respect their boundaries, their limitations. You have to find a way that is mutually beneficial and comfortable and empowering for you both. Okay, or you can go it alone. You can do it your own way. All right, let's see. The High Priestess. Hey, you will be getting in touch with your inner self, with your true desires, and manifesting your inner visions. This will go from more than just intuitions, but into manifestation. Again, if you can dream it, you can do it. And that goes because you have that much potential by yourself. You can do it over here too. You just have to be certain that you want to. Okay? You've invested a lot over here. Don't walk away from it carelessly. You know, be certain that that is the right move for you. Okay? And you will grow. You will get to know your inner self better. And you will bring that inner self and inner vision to the exterior world with you. Okay. The dodecahedron, the keyword here is transcendence. Okay. Transcending old limitations, which you actually have this energy over here as well. You've got release, you've got alchemy, you've got the moon. Okay. But you have it here as well. You can create something new, transcend the old. There's really nothing holding you back, whatever you decide to do. It's just that this situation, you obviously have to respect your partner's limitations and work within the boundaries of your relationship in a way that is healthy and honors you both. Okay, go with the flow. Letting go, cleansing, and receiving. Okay? Again, I mentioned earlier that I feel like this process of manifesting your inner vision will be streamlined if you go it alone. It'll be easier for you. Things will just flow. Things will just move easily. There won't be any blockages. Once you have that release from your old situation, there won't be any more blockages, and everything will just fall into place the way you want it to. Okay? All of that said, again, I want to reiterate, don't walk away from your current relationship without being certain. Okay? Things can be good either way. You can't get all the years that you've invested back. Okay? You can't replace them. Do you want to continue investing here and continue this growth and development of this connection? It can be good. It can surprise you. Or do you really just want a fresh start? Do you really just want to focus on yourself right now? Either way, you will succeed. Okay? All right, let's take a look at your alphabet oracles. So we have Ypsilon, Omega, and Eta. There we go. Okay. The oracle verse for Epsilon, or Ypsilon, is useless toil. This wedding isn't thine. The keywords is prudence. Okay? You need to focus where you want to invest. You need to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Don't invest in something that isn't what you really want. Whether you decide to make that investment within the bounds of your relationship or outside of it. Okay? Focus on what is really meaningful to you, because anything less is going to be useless toil. For Omega, Otios is the fruit that is plucked unripe. Okay? Not only is the fruit that is plucked unripe, it's not going to give you any nourishment. The seeds are not fully developed. It can't create anything new. Okay? Don't rush into anything. Again, be absolutely certain of what you want and go for it. Okay? Really stop and consider both options from as many angles as possible. Talk with a therapist, talk with a trusted friend and confidant, talk with a family member. Do spiritual work, do divination for yourself. Make sure you've considered everything from every angle and that the fruit that you pluck is ripe, is nourishing, and has potential for new growth. You can have that here, or you can have that here. You just have to be certain of which you want. Okay. Lastly, we have Eta. The oracle verse for Eta is Helios, the all-watcher, watches thee. The keyword for this is protection. And it's interesting that this came out with the Nine of Wands here, as there are protective energies of the Nine of Wands. Okay? You are divinely supported and empowered to make whatever choices is the most correct, most fulfilling, most authentic choice for you. Okay? All right, pile 3. I'm going to go ahead and leave you there. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If you enjoyed it, please do consider leaving me a like and maybe commenting down below. And if you'd like to join me for another reading in the future, then please consider subscribing. And until then, pile 3, good luck with everything you have ahead of you, and take care.